Libra, to your December Astro Dice reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in this Sagittarius season. Best message, please. Best message for a beautiful December, using only one of the 12 houses for the beautiful Libra. Some Neptune energy coming through with some Virgo energy, going straight into the third house. What about that third house? Okay. Something you want to know. Getting some kind of information. Okay. So, your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potential for illusion. Got a lot of it. You could even be manifesting a lot, right? Because I still see that as a manifesting card, obviously, right? Because anytime we're using visualization, we're using fantasies. It's all a part of the same thing. I'm going straight into some Virgo energy, but I like that, because that is going to keep you dutiful, hesitant, humble, with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. So that means that, you know what, these fantasies are not going to be so fantastical, because they're going to be grounded. I'm going to keep them grounded, though, right? I'm going to keep those grounded. It reminds me of that harvest moon. If you guys remember that, we did the harvest full moon. It was like we're going to manifest, but we have to keep things grounded and keep things kind of realistic for that moon, because that's what that moon wants, right? It wants things a little more realistic to come into play, not just, super duper miracles, but something that's a little more grounded. And that's what Virgo is doing. It's saying, okay, that's okay, because these are a little more grounded. They're a little more like something that can come in quicker, faster, right? Things that I know I can accomplish, right? That's that harvest moon, right? Full moon. It's something that you know is accomplishable. Not something I'm going to wait 1,000 years for, right? Like my Lamborghini, right? Which doesn't mean that one day I won't get it. It's just going to take me a long time, right? And a lot of hard work to get to something like that. This is something that's like, I need a job, and I need a job now. You see what I mean? Okay, so, and you're going to be fantasizing about that, right? You could be driving to work every day saying, this job sucks. I need a new, better job that pays better, has a better boss. That's pretty realistic. It can totally happen, right? And that's what I'm fantasizing about in the third house. The third house is wonderful because your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood. So this is crazy. This is a crazy, beautiful reading, Libra, because it's saying I'm manifesting something that I know I can ground myself to have. I know that this could be something I can totally have. And now I'm going to learn something about the fantasy that I am putting out there. Say what? Huh? You're doing what? All taking place within 1 month. Now, this does not mean that you have not been manifesting this for 5 years. Maybe it's just because you are now saying, you know what, instead of saying I'm going to make this much, I've decided to bring it more realistic. You know what? Because it's not happening. Instead of saying I'm going to make $100,000 a year, I'm going to bring it down a tone. I've been bringing it down a tone. You know what? I just need this much. Something for now. I'll worry about 100,000 the next job. I need something now. And now it's saying, here you go. You're going to learn about this as you're manifesting. Whether it's love, job, it doesn't matter what it is, right? Everybody knows what they're manifesting, and you know what you're doing, right? It's because maybe you're reworking. Because remember, that harvest moon, that was what that whole reading was reworking, right? Your manifestation to bring in things now. We'll worry about the other things later. We'll worry about that Lamborghini later. Okay, so here we go. It's like you're taking it down a tone. You're bringing it down a notch because you're saying, I need something now. And now here it comes. Boom, third house. What am I learning? Hello. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use this deck, guys. I want to use this deck first. Going straight into the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. It sounds like a Christmas wish coming true. It's almost like all I had to do was rework that. I can't believe it. Here's the truth, and the truth be told. The truth is justified. In your Neptune, your truth is heard by the universe. It is justified by the universe. This is fair for you. This is a good door for you. Get to one door to get to the next door to get to the next door. This is a great door to open. This is a great way to start. Your truth is being heard. You've been sitting in the waiting game. You know you're in the waiting game. Your truth is being heard in the beginning of the month, and you're sitting in the waiting game as we speak. But yet everything is balanced. Look at that. 2 cards of balance. Wow, 2, 2. If we get another 2. It wasn't. It was a 5. But that's okay because we're looking at balance, truth, fairness, justification for you for the change. Change in what? Financial, material changes on the horizon. I'm loving this. Fine. You meet 2 2s and a 5. Good, because that means that everything that you're looking for is exactly what you're going to receive. It's looking and saying, the universe says, I hear you and I understand where you're coming from. You need the financial material changes. I hear you. You are looking at it through fair eyes to yourself. And so the universe wants to be fair to you because it's what? More justified for this time. It's an easier thing that's going to come quicker, faster, easier. So your potential to learn something about your local neighborhood is what? Your financial material changes. That's what you're learning. Maybe you're getting a promotion, you know? Instead of getting a new job that's going to do something, maybe the boss is actually going to give you that promotion that you've been asking for 5 years. May the truth be known. Whatever's going on, you are definitely getting financial changes over here. Yes, self-love, disharmony. You were having some kind of distrust within the situation. You know, it's almost like, you know what, I feel you guys. You know what, I've been fantasizing about this, but I have been so imbalanced with tension on this situation. And I do feel like for some of you, maybe you were giving up. I'm not going to say all of you. You know, there's a lot of you out there. But maybe you did. Maybe you felt like you had broken communication with the universe. Maybe you felt like the universe wasn't hearing my cries. Maybe I'm having a breakup with, you know, my boss, miscommunication at work, however it is. But there's a lot of tension over here. And now it just feels like now you feel like you're being heard and that there's definitely harmony within this situation between you and your higher self, you and the universe, you and the people around you. All of the above, right? Like all of the above. It's not going to take one to just tango. It's going to take the universe plus them plus that, you know. So now you feel like the whole, everything is hearing you. It's an alignment. You feel like you're aligned now, and you definitely are. 2 2s and a 5, you're aligned. A natural leader, visionary. You're seeing yourself. You see the bigger picture within the situation. I also feel like because of the duty and because of the diligence that you put out there, you definitely are more career focused. This is definitely, I'm going to say for the majority of you, a career reading. Something about, you know, your money, your finances, the way that things are changing. If you know this is about love, you can put that right in there. Okay? But for the majority of you, this is a career change. This is something that you're going to make more money. This is something you're overcoming challenges. And you're in the waiting game and you know it, but you can see now exactly what it is you need to see within the situation because you're learning things. You're seeing things coming around, right? You be running errands and seeing things around you. Things are happening. Things are changing. I do feel like you were on a quest for some kind of knowledge at one time, and now you see the bigger picture to the situation through the financial material changes. You felt like there was no give and take. You feel like there was a lot of struggles. One-sided. You felt very like everything's one-sided in its own way. Nothing's coming together. You know, I put my visions out there. I put all of everything I have out there. And it's only one-sided. Now you feel like now you're getting it back. You know, put all your hard work and productivity out there. You definitely are the Knight of Pentacles. You know you are. You know you had the productivity. You know you're, you know, doing everything you were supposed to do, putting out your responsibilities. But now you're learning that through the 3rd house that your hard work, productivity, and efficiency is actually paying off. You're going to start to see it pay off. Boy, you're going to see it pay off. Oh boy. Right? And it does feel like it was a slow period of processing all this stuff. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card in the world. And now it's like, oh my gosh, can I actually start seeing things? Yes, you're starting to see things take place. You're starting to see things changing around in the very beginning of the month. It even could be towards mid-month. Time is fluid. Okay. Third eye chakra, like I said, now you can see, I can see, I can see, I can see. I'm no longer blind. Third eye saying I can see things clearly. Your beliefs are starting to change a little bit as well as you're starting to see things come together. Yeah, as you're seeing the firm foundations and achievements start to come together with the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is also a card of milestones. You can feel like you're finally achieving your milestone. You're finally achieving what it is that you put all your hard work towards, whether it's your health, your wellness, your career, your love situation, whatever it is. If you've been feeling discouraged, now is the time where you're starting to not feel discouraged. You're starting to see the things going on around you, right? Starting to gain the insights about these things. Yeah, wisdom. Gaining a wisdom and experience. You might even be, offered a new job where you need to have some kind of experience going in. You might even experience new things that you need to learn, and that's fine. You're saying I'm kind of an entrepreneur to this situation, but that's okay because you know what? We need to do the things we need to do so that we know what we're doing in this job situation or this. You might be learning about this, whatever it is that's coming towards you that you have manifested into your life. And it's literally you manifested this through your dreams and through your longings. There's no more discouragement. Third eye chakra. Yeah, transitioning and moving towards things, releasing things and leaving things behind, having any kind of trials and errors, those are all done. You don't have to worry about that anymore. You could be dealing with some heavy baggage that needed to be confronted in some kind of relationship or job or whatever, but the pressure is off your shoulders for sure. As you feel like you are moving towards finding the peace and the pleasure in this new area, because the more you keep learning about this situation, the more you're conforming to the milestone, excuse me. But you have, and there's the wisdom again. So this is the same card, guys. This is the Hierophant. Just want you to know. Okay. You have the Hierophant twice because it's saying you have learned from what it is you truly want. And guys, it's kind of crazy too because I think that in a lot of ways you're also learning, for a lot of you, how to manifest and learning that, through certain steps and certain things of being at mercy, finding the trust and doing these things and conforming to the rules of manifestation, actually things do work. Maybe I just need to bring it down just a little bit of a tone, and take step-by-step things. Sometimes it works for people. It just depends on the person, right? Going from one door to the next door, right? We have each predestined door, so it's almost like, if I go through this one, it will be faster because then that door will lead to another door. And that's probably where my Lamborghini is. It's like these doors don't lead to the Lamborghini, but this one is upper, is upper over here. And then the next one, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like we have to kind of go up the ladder. Kind of reminds me of Jacob's ladder. It's almost like the more that he keeps going up that ladder and that dream that he's having, the more he's meeting kind of these milestones, right? So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy, but call me crazy. I don't, and I don't care. Seriously, because I just see what I see. But otherwise, you can say that, instead of overindulging in all these things, I kind of see a different kind of platform going on over here where it feels like, this is actually working for me. And I think that that's a good thing because it helps you explore without any resistance and without any restraints, right? Because you don't need to have restraints. You don't have to have restrictions. You don't have to have resistance to what it is we truly want, right? So you're detaching from these other things within your life to where you can say, this is what I understand, and this is a better understanding of what I have, which is crazy because now you have God with the devil. So it's kind of, this always reminds me of, we've all heard it, right? You have an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. So it's like I'm not listening to the devil is definitely that little voice in your head. You can't do this and you can't do that. You know what? Shut up. You just want to gag him, right? Stick a tennis ball in his mouth and then duct tape it shut, because that is exactly what it is, because that's always that little voice that says, you can't do this and you can't do that. So you said, okay, you know what? Well, then let's make it this way. Let's bring it down this notch and make it this way. And I see you guys doing this. And it's very beautiful. And guys, if this does not resonate with you, please watch your rising moon or Venus. Okay, because I'm telling you right now, this is where the stirring up of confusion for a lot of you was actually coming from, was figuring out how to get this, how to do this way. And now it's showing that this month you actually see how you were opening up to your gifts, how you were sharing everything within yourself. But it doesn't mean that you weren't giving back to the company and all that. This right here is just saying you were giving to yourself with the wisdom over here, so that you could get to receive your gift, so you could understand the third house, understanding what it is you need to learn, right? I mean, in seriousness, if you had another card going with this Neptune, I would say it would be Saturn, right? Because that would be overcoming and understanding those challenges, right? So, absolutely. So I do feel like there was a lot of questions that you actually were asking yourself to be able to get to this situation. Anytime you see the devil with God over here, it's kind of like, take that devil off your shoulder, He's holding me back. Yes, holding you back with obstacles for no reason. Not on something like this one. Right? This one's like, this could totally happen. Like, this is not needed. New beginnings. Yes, fighting those new beginnings with the world over here. This is actually the Fool card in its own way, but it is definitely the Fool because it's 0. So you're going to feel like you have a clean slate for the new beginnings, for this completion that you've done, but it's a whole new world, right? Because you have to remember 0. Completion out of that one to go into a new chapter, but this is a whole clean slate. So you feel like your whole life is changing around you. So you're realizing that any misconceptions that you've had about how I'm going to get to this and do this and that, that's the end of your story. This is a new story. This is not even a new chapter, because a new chapter starts with the same book. This is like the new book, right? Harry Potter, you had, the Phoenix, right? Now you're going to the Goblet of Fire, literally a whole new book, right? You see what I'm saying? So this is a whole new book, whole new narrative, whole new body of everything, because you're going to see the things that you have been looking at before are so different. It's going to change everything around for you, right? Okay, so new beginnings in the end of the month with harmony. Some of you are getting a new relationship. And if it's not the new relationship, it's just finding the harmony and the peace within yourself to the situation. If this isn't love, or if this isn't, we'll just say it no matter what. If this isn't love, then it's definitely a career. For some of you, it might even be both. But however it is, you have victory and success within the situation. But you're going to find the harmony and the peace, right? In the new beginnings, you're moving up that ladder. There it is, that Jacob's ladder I keep seeing in my head. There it is. Like I said, moving up that ladder. Manifesting quickly. See, that's this, I'm telling you. It's a manifestation card. Movement, swift change, air travel. Difficult decisions arising within this. So after you get to this piece here, by the time the end of the month comes, you're going to be set up with something that's going to put you at a crossroads. It's like, now welcome back to planet Earth, right? But it's okay, because no matter what this is, it's going to give you the 9 of Cups. So what are you people doing? How come you have so many good, beautiful cards this month? Merry Christmas. And this 9 of Cups might be the new love that's coming in as well for some of you. However it is, it's going to make you feel luxurious and have the gratitude. It could even be the new paycheck, right? For some of you, you get a new job. Now you have the paycheck. That's going to bring in that emotional stability and the satisfaction for sure. I mean, just okay. Beautiful reading, my friends. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.